Sometimes, when a show ends, it fades quietly into the background. But Bargain Block was never that kind of show. Keith Bynum and Evan Thomas built something that connected deeply with viewers, a mix of creativity, heart, and a genuine desire to transform forgotten Detroit homes into something full of life again. So when HGTV unexpectedly canceled Bargain Block earlier this year, just months after renewing it for another season, fans were confused, heartbroken, and stunned. But now, the story appears to be shifting once again. A brand new wave of speculation started this week, and it's stronger than anything fans have heard since the cancellation. Keith Bynum and Evan Thomas have suddenly dropped clues that they might be back in front of the camera, and sooner than anyone expected. After months of uncertainty, disappearing filming schedules, and social media statements filled with disappointment, the duo has now shared something entirely different: hope. The spark arrived on November 14th with a simple Instagram story posted by Evan Thomas. It wasn't a dramatic announcement or a carefully structured reveal. It was a short clip showing Keith standing in a backyard, surrounded by what was unmistakably a professional camera crew. Film lights, equipment, operators, everything you'd expect on the first day of shooting something new. Thomas didn't add a full explanation. Instead, he posted wide-eyed emoji, the kind you use when something big is happening but you are not ready to speak it aloud. That single story was enough to ignite the internet. Fans began screenshotting the frame, sharing it across social media, and tagging the pair with excited questions. Within hours, the clip had circulated far beyond its original audience. People wanted to know, were Keith and Evan filming a new show? Were they shooting a pilot? Was Bargain Block quietly revived? Or were they starting something entirely different? Later that same day, Keith reshared the very same image, but he added something that pushed the speculation into overdrive. He wrote, "Feels good to be back at it. Think y'all are going to be happy with what's coming." Those words immediately became the focus of every discussion happening online. Fans zoomed in, analyzed the equipment, studied the setting, and tried to figure out whether this was interior design work, a renovation, or something more like a docu-series. What made this moment even more exciting is that it followed an earlier clue Keith left at the start of the month. On November 2nd, he posted a summary of a cross-country trip, writing that he and Evan had visited 9 states and were excited to share several upcoming projects. The photos included glimpses of construction sites, design sketches, and a few behind-the-scenes moments. At the time, fans knew something was in the works, but didn't know how close things really were. But this November 14th filming moment changed everything. It is the first time since Bargain Block ended that fans have seen proof of a camera team recording the pair again. And for viewers who still miss the show deeply, it feels like the beginning of something new. To understand why this moment matters so much, you have to go back to the cancellation. In June, HGTV announced that Bargain Block was ending after 4 seasons, despite previously renewing it for season 5. It was just Bargain Block that got cut. During the same period, the network shelved several other renovation shows, including Married to Real Estate, Christina on the Coast, Farmhouse Fixer, Battle on the Beach, Izzy Does It, and The Flipping El Mooses. It was a sweeping change, a reset that left fans disappointed and hosts blindsided. Keith Bynum responded to the cancellation with honesty that surprised many people. In a candid Instagram post, he wrote that television is an unpredictable world filled with both wonderful and difficult experiences. He didn't attack anyone, but he didn't sugarcoat it either. The decision hit them hard, not just personally but professionally. Their business, 9 Design Plus Homes, depended heavily on television revenue, and they had already begun preparing for a 5th season that was suddenly taken away. The cancellation pushed Keith and Evan to shift, almost overnight, into full-time client work. They went from long production days to the quieter but demanding rhythm of private renovations. Keith later shared that the transition was a shock, a huge cultural difference from being on set. But despite the abrupt change, he said many of the projects they completed afterward ended up being some of the most meaningful work they had ever done. Still, the pair made one thing clear every time they spoke about the cancellation: ending Bargain Block did not mean ending their careers on television. Keith said repeatedly that he and Evan were exploring new forms of media, new ideas, and new opportunities. He told fans that this wasn't the end, it was hopefully the beginning of something new. And that message, combined with their talent and steady fan support, kept viewers hopeful that the duo would find their way back to TV. Now, with the November filming tease, it finally looks like that moment is arriving. Fans are already creating theories about what the new project could be. One of the most popular guesses is that they are re-filming a pilot for a brand new series, perhaps something that still involves Detroit renovations but with a fresh concept or added storytelling. Another possibility is a docu-series showing their design work, travels, and personal journey post-Bargain Block. Some fans even believe they might be creating content for a streaming platform outside of HGTV, especially since the network has been restructuring its renovation lineup. The filming could also be part of a short-term special or a digital series designed to test the waters. Some Instagram comments speculated that the backyard setting in the clip could hint at a project happening outside Detroit, especially since Evan recently mentioned potential California-based work. If true, this could mark the beginning of a more national expansion of their design presence. What we do know is this: Keith and Evan haven't confirmed the network, the format, or the premiere date. They haven't even announced the name of the project yet. But the clues are unmistakable. Filming is happening. A new creative direction is being developed. And the quiet hints they've been dropping since early November suddenly make a lot more sense. Both designers have also emphasized multiple times that a formal announcement will be made soon. Their social media activity has accelerated, and their comments have become more playful, more teasing, and more upbeat. That shift in tone alone has made fans feel like they're re-witnessing the beginning of a new chapter. And if history tells us anything, Keith Bynum and Evan Thomas always follow hints with action. For now, fans are watching their accounts closely, waiting for the next piece of the puzzle: the title, the network, the premiere date, or the reveal of the show's concept. Whatever it turns out to be, one thing is clear: a return to television seems closer than anyone expected. And for viewers who miss their creativity, humor, and heart, that is the best news they've heard all year.